It's time. It's time. It's Vader time. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. B-Roll here, your favorite wrestling newbie, and we are here over on World Championship Wreckage for another episode of Pro Wrestling Newbie Reacts. All right, and if you couldn't tell by that intro, we are going to be talking a little bit about Vader. Wait, hold on. Not this Vader, although I do love you, Darth Vader. I do love you. We are going to be talking a little bit about Vader. Oh, look, it's Vader holding Darth Vader. Or it's Darth Vader holding Vader. No. But we are going to be talking a little bit about Vader. More directly, I was asked by my good friend Dad Hat, the founder of this fine channel, to react to none other than Starrcade 1993, the main event, Ric Flair versus the champion, Vader. So, I took a look at the match, we watched it, and let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll tell you what I thought about it. So, this was like we said, this was the main event of Starrcade 93. But most importantly, before we get too far into this, we have to say coulda, woulda, shoulda. Because, as many of you may know, the match was supposed to be Sid Vicious versus Vader. But, lo and behold, they hop on over to Europe, they go on a tour over there, and there's a incident between Sid Vicious and Arn Anderson that may have involved some scissors. And lo and behold, Sid Vicious is no longer in this title picture anymore. I'm just saying, Sid Vicious did the scissoring before scissoring was cool. Just saying. Not really. That was a bad joke. Bad. But you gotta throw some comedy in there to lighten it up. But that is crazy, though, to think, because when you think of this match, and because this is the match between Flair and Vader, is a great match, and it's kind of like the match wasn't even supposed to really even happen. I mean, Sid Vicious was supposed to be the opponent of Vader. That's who he was supposed to be feuding with. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, so, in 93, as many of you know, Ric Flair had returned to the WCW, and so, as it comes down to it, Vader had already beaten Flair, and Flair is wanting another match. Well, the only way that this match would end up happening was if Flair ends up putting his career on the line, saying if Vader beats him, Ric Flair will retire. Now, the stage is set, right? Starrcade 93, we're going to be in none other than Charlotte, North Carolina, or as Dad had like to say, Nature Boy country. The stage is set oh so perfectly for this. You have this big bad Vader, and then you have your icon, your legend, as a babyface, Ric Flair coming in. I mean, the stage is set perfectly. On paper, this is ideal, right? One of the things I love about this match the most was the videos throughout the pay-per-view. We see Vader arriving to the arena early and working out. He's getting ready for the big match, and he's ready to go. And then we also see Flair. He's leaving his family at home, and it's just maybe a little over the top, but it just adds all that much more to the story. And noted with the family, you will see in those videos, you do see a young Charlotte Flair there as well, which is pretty interesting. We'll touch a little more on that a little bit later. All right, so it's main event time, and as we get into the match, to start the match, Vader is basically just kind of having his way with Flair, right? Being the beast that Vader is, and just kind of having his way with him. And plus, ultimately, you have Vader's manager, Harley Race, on the outside, and every once in a while, he's getting those shots in on Flair, which just adds even more to the story. Honestly, and this match is it's paced so well. And I had heard someone say about this match as I was researching for this episode, and after I'd watched it as well, that this match is a master's class on how, for an underdog babyface, how it should go for an underdog babyface while still keeping the crowd into the match. Because no matter what, and the other factor you have to think of is they were in Charlotte. They were in Ric Flair country. They were in Ric Flair's neck of the woods. Really, the stage was set perfectly. I know I keep saying that, but it really is true. It's kind of like, and we talked previously about, Sid Vicious was supposed to be in this spot, but I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. So ultimately, one of probably the best matches. I don't know if I want to say of all time, but this is a really good match, and it wasn't even the initial plan, which is kind of crazy to think of, honestly. So as the match goes on, and eventually Ric Flair, the underdog, ends up picking up the win. As you can see there, his lips busted open, hard-fought victory, but he's able to slay Vader, which saved his career, really, because if he lost, he would have had to retire. But I absolutely just love this match. The pacing of it is beautiful, and I think the best way to describe it is, like I said, I can't remember who I'd heard say this, but this is a masterclass on how an underdog babyface should work in a match where they're getting dominated, but yet the crowd is still so engaged into the match, and they don't lose that hope in that underdog. It really is, like, really, when you think about it, wrestling, when it comes down to it, it's a lot about moments. And this whole match and the story is a moment. And honestly, a lot of that has to do with the fact that it is taking place in Charlotte, in that it's Ric Flair. The homegrown boy from North Carolina. I mean, the stage was set perfectly, and really, him being the underdog here and defeating this beast that had been dominating, just the perfect scenario. Now, I said we'd get back to this, and here we are. So here we see the post-celebration as they are celebrating, and you even see the wrestlers like I believe Sting comes up. I can't remember who else, but I'm looking. I was paying close attention to this part, and you look at Charlotte, or you see Ashley. We know her as Charlotte Flair. You can tell she's just looking at that belt. And then I thought it was so crazy, because now when we look here in the future, we look at it full picture, the star she has become in her own right. It's just absolutely crazy. Now, as you know, we do have to rank this match, though. And typically here on Pro Wrestling Newbie Reacts, we use Shockmaster helmets. But I think in honor of, since this match had Vader in it, and no, not Darth Vader, even though I love Darth Vader, we are going to use Vader helmets to rank this match. So if I was to rank this out of 5 Vader helmets, honestly, I'm probably going to give it a solid, let me think here, I'm going to give it a 4. So we're going 4 Vader helmets for this match. I would highly recommend anyone and everyone, if you're a newbie like me, to go check out this match. It's definitely a great match to watch. I'm a huge Vader fan anyway, which, the timing of this is kind of perfect, because the boys, they recently, here at World Champions Wreckage, they recently did an episode talking all about Vader's WCW run, which is available now here on this exact same channel. So if you haven't already checked it out, you should totally check it out. My co-host, actually, XOJ the OG, was actually a guest on there as well. You can find me and XOJ over on Cole TV, which is right here on YouTube as well. You should definitely subscribe. And if you have not subscribed to World Championship Wreckage, make sure you go ahead and do so right now. Please, will you do it for me? But yes, I highly recommend that you go check out this match. The whole story, the whole build-up is honestly, it's really, really good. It doesn't take much to get invested into this story, and I would highly recommend this one. But that's all for now. Until next time, I'm Mr. B-Roll, your favorite pro wrestling newbie, and we will see you next time on another episode of Pro Wrestling Newbie React.